Hi, welcome back. This is Britt here over at Planning with Britt, and we're going to do a plan with me for the week of October the 7th to November the 2nd. This will be the last week of October. I'm using the B6 Plans by Just Scribble. So if this is something you're interested in, then hang around and let's get planning. Okay, so we need to do some planning for the week of October the 27th through November the 2nd. So I'm going to show you what I'm using, what I've got here, and then we'll talk about that. So we'll start with markers. I have two Crayola Super Tips. This one kind of reddish. It matches this like almost orange red a little bit, and then a purple one, and then this Sharpie S Note kind of goldish color. So these are the three markers I'm going to be using. My same little trusty Japanese 0.35 gel pen, and then for washi, I've got a few things pulled in. I don't know that I'll use them all, but I don't have my ready when I'm ready to use them. So these were from the Simply Gilded Halloween 2019 collection. So it says black with some purple, orange, green, and then it looks like also a white in these little 5mm washis. This one has the white on it, and then this one is like the holographic rainbow kind of version with all the different colors. So I've got those. Also pulled out this Color Love Midnight because it has a pink and a blue and then a gold. And then this is just plain blacks with hollow, it looks like hollow and gold foil on these. And so I'm using some kit leftovers from my shop, which has been kind of the norm for all year. And I pulled a lot of stuff, and I'm not going to use it all, but I do have a lot of stuff here. So what I have, this is the Day of the Dead, Dia de Muertos, Day of the Dead. This was the mystery kit for Q3. So it's no longer available to purchase, but when you see another mystery kit pop up, you can kind of see what you would get in there. So this part, these date dots are in the add-on section. This is the full boxes. It comes with a 7x9 kit and can also be bought a la carte if that's what you're interested in. This is one of the Hobonichi Weeks dates and days pages. So it's got the days of the week plus date dots and some washi. This is the Hobonichi Weeks boxes. There's another set of date dots in the other colorway. This is the first of the journaling sheets. So it's got the days of the week plus all the torn washi and a couple of like frames that you can write in. This is one of the days of the week options. This is torn corners. This one is icons. It's got like weightlifting or workout, coffee. This would be like meals, like heart rate or maybe cardio, a scale, sleep, a water bottle, grocery, an envelope for mail or something like that, a book, and a pet. This is the thin washi sheet. So it's got a few strips of the thin washi. And then this is the other days of the week version that's in the add-ons. So I'm not sure what I'm going to use, but I'm sure we'll find something to use here. Most likely I'm going to get some use out of this and this and these for the daily sheet. I'm not sure that I'm going to use these. Anything here? I may use some of the torn corners. I'm not sure on the date dots either. I kind of would like to add these in here just for fun, and I might just do that. I'm not sure how this lines up here, but we may give it a shot. I don't think it's going to line up well enough. No, we're going to leave the Hobonichi Weeks one alone. I'll probably use some full boxes on some of the sheets for deco. And I did kind of, throw the date dots down. I did kind of contemplate using these dots for the days of the week here. And I'm not sure if I can put them low enough and put the number on top, but we'll see. We're going to kind of play around with those. So we'll leave these handy. And the torn corners we may end up using on the daily sheets also. So I got a whole lot of stuff to work with here, plus a ton of washi. So we're going to just jump in and get started filling this in. And so I think we talked before, but in all fun time of prepping for CPC, I'm trying to film a little bit in advance. So you'll get to see, like I normally go back and flip through weekly actions and weekly reflections. I'll do that when I flip through October for you so that you can see those there because I'm kind of forward planning a little to try to get all of this filming caught up to a point that when I'm gone, it's not a problem. I'm going to attempt to carry you along on the journey getting ready for CPC, but here is my contact card for CPC, and this is what I will share with the people that I come in contact with. So I've had a good time creating contact cards for myself and for other people. So those are ready to go, but I do have several things still to get done, but I will share some of that journey along the way. So I really kind of thought about covering this up and using the days of the week, but then I want to use like different colors. And then I'm not sure. Let's pull one of these off and see. So I'm not sure how I want to do that. I'm going to put this down a little bit. We're just going to go for it. We're going to put that there, and we're going to find a date to put on the top. So I don't know how we want to do this. So if we went this one, and then a purple and a pink, and then the gold, and kind of go, I don't know if I want to go opposite of that or the next one over. Let's just go the next one over. That might be the easiest to keep track of. And if y'all know me, you know that I'm probably going to mess this up and wish that I had done something different as far as the colors go, because I'm going to get off track somewhere. If you've been here a little bit, you've probably already seen things like that go on. All right, so the number would need to be 28 of the light pink. And I have yet to put anything on this side of the sheet, but you know, this Day of the Dead sticker sheet is so cute. All of these stickers, and the colors are bright and fun. I did debate back and forth quite a bit because I have several very cute Halloween kind of kits in my shop. And I was like, you know, I should use one of those, but I really wanted to use this Day of the Dead. It's new this year, and it's super bright and colorful, and I enjoy it so much. So I just decided that we would use this one. So, and all good fun here, we might as well use a lot of stickers. I haven't, like this on this weekly side, really at all used any stickers. Very few, maybe icons only. So it's kind of nice to have that show up where I can see that. Okay, so that was the gold one. So now we need to use this red number. So hopefully we can keep this up. And like I said, I'm pre-planning a little further in advance than I normally do. So I don't know a lot of things that are going on right now. So a lot of that will have to be filled in. What did I do? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. This should be a Thursday, and I put a Friday. See what happened here? And let's see how well this is going to pick up. Not the best. Easy, easy. Maybe I can keep from tearing it up. Yep, I covered Thursday with the Friday. And I know this because the 30th is my daughter's birthday. So this should be a Thursday. I kind of felt like the Friday was supposed to be that orangish color, reddish orange. I was looking at that thinking that that's what we needed it to look like. And then I didn't. I just continued talking and moving right along. All right, so the Friday, I'm going to go back to this and just leave that one color intact most likely. So Friday is Halloween. All of my kids are grown, and so Halloween doesn't really impact me too much around here. I think I talked on another video that we live kind of out in the country, so we don't really get trick-or-treaters either. So we are helping out at a trunk or treat on this day. My student council children and I will be there helping out with that. But it is fun to get to see the little kids in costumes. But as far as on actual Halloween, I don't think we have anything going on, which will be nice. All right, so I need the pink one. That's the 1st of November. I cannot believe that October is like winding down so quickly and that we're almost to November. I just feel like things started zooming by at some point in time. I'm not sure when. So, yeah. then we need a gold color, number 2. All right, so I have just used randomly these numbers, which probably not the best, but since these are overstock from my shop, you know, we can kind of do what we need to. All right, so I'm going to set these aside. I'm not sure that I'll use those again, but we have them if we want to. I really wanted to put the tiny little Hobonichi Weeks boxes down, and I think I think we might just start tossing these down here, and I'll write kind of around them. Hopefully the week doesn't fill up. If it does, I will find some boxes like this and put over and write on them. It's fine. It'll be okay. I'm curious at how these boxes fit in here anyways. And so these are the kind of things I've been thinking about. I've been asked by a few people to make some kits for this planner, and like if in a kit, I'm not sure, I wouldn't do this every week. I have in other planners in the past, but I've really enjoyed using this one just like as functionally as I can. It's definitely not as functionally as I can because I definitely have decoration, but just not to the max over here, and using this little section pretty functionally. So if you or one of the ones, or if you're going to use this planner or have used this planner, talk to me in the messages here. You can do in the comments, or you can message me over on Instagram or on my Etsy shop, whatever. But I would like to know, like, what are some things are you looking for in a kit for this B6? You wanting like a running set of like a dates and days. I had one on the Hobonichi. Something like this on the Hobonichi that goes down. It covers this up where you can have something decorative like this. Are we looking for smaller little individual, kind of like on my Moxie Life Daily? I'll think about where that video is and see if I can link it. That I use those boxes with the dates going down. Or we want something more journaling style to use here. I'm just not real sure exactly what not just necessarily mine, but anybody's kits needs would be here. I've usually just used a lot of deco in here and a lot of washi, which has been great. So I'm not sure, but if that's something you are interested in, then let me know exactly what you might need kit wise to put in here. So the colors in this kit probably are all encompassed here. There's not an actual green, but I don't know that I really care. I think I want to use all of these in this spread because I have plenty of them, and I don't use the black washi. Like, I don't know that I've ever used it anywhere. It's very pretty, but I've always thinking like I don't have anything that matches or goes with it. So this was perfect. I had some other washi pulled out at first, and then I looked and I saw these and I was like, you know what, this needs to happen here. I also want to use this pink one from here, maybe the blue one. I'm going to put the washi down before I mark for the headers, and maybe that'll keep me from marking up in those sections. I end up marking up here, and then I end up moving my washi up, and it looks kind of strange to me sometimes. So I'm going to put the washi down first, and then I'll mark for headers. If you're watching me saying, hey, you don't normally do that, I know. Trying things a little bit different to see if they work a little better. Mostly to keep me from having that weird gap down there. Doesn't completely bother me, but if I could do it a little better, might as well. So we've got our first like kind of little glimpses of fall weather where I'm at. Not tons, but a little bit. So I'm happy to see small little bits of it. And this washi's kind of been lifted and raised up, but I'm sure it's probably not super sticky. So we're gonna move that aside. I don't know that I want to put the rainbow down on this one yet. I've done all single colors, so I'm going to keep with the single colors for a little bit and use the rainbow somewhere else. Alright, so here's the orange one. So these were from 2019. I have no idea where those other two cards of washi were from. I know one year she did the color Love in white and then later did it in black. So I have no idea at what point they released. There are people in those groups that know a whole lot more about her washis than I do. All I have done is bought them and used them since like 2016, I think. But I don't know all the things, so that's definitely not my area of expertise. I match them to things and use them. I've never really kept track of the names or where they were from. I did try that here, but it doesn't do any good for me to keep track of it that way even. All right, so we have a to-do here. So this column is for my weekly actions. I use the Moxie Life goal setting system, and I use the weekly actions to list out here. Some of the habits from my weekly actions that I track will get tracked down here. I do use this section for meals. And this one is a traditional to-do. I love the to-do with the little boxes here that you can mark like whatever symbol you use to show that something's complete or migrated or whatever you need to do there. And then over here, I've been tracking content. So this is a newer style kit. This is the 2025 version of kits. So it's gonna have different things. I don't think I have any of those 3 section boxes, at least in what I've pulled. There may be one on my functional sheet. I cannot think right now if there is or not, but I don't have one of those handy. I did not grab one of those for this little session. So we can put one of these little meal stickers down here though. What color? Let's do this gold one. All right, and let's see what other kind of functional boxes I do have on these. So there's some functional kind of boxes here. What do we got here? We could use this bigger one and place it down here, and I can just list the reels out there. And this is for post. So I track post up here and reels down there, and I need another one of those kind of boxes. There's 2 on the sheet. Let's see. Where else are we having any little boxes? There is one on this sheet. I'll just steal it from there. So this is going to leave me lots of leftovers here for this kit because I've kind of pulled from everywhere. All of these different sheets. Okay, let's see now. We have used that one. We have used this one and this one and this one. And these, oh yeah, I think we used one of these too. Okay, just trying to keep them from getting mixed up. I'm using unused sheets. Okay, so I need to put my headings in, and then we can flip through setting up the days. I have been using, I used the Sharpie pen, I think. No, not the Sharpie. The Sharpie pen version. I'm pulling out everything from my pencil bag but the Sharpie pen. Yeah, I used this last week to write over the marker, and I think it worked better than the week before. The week before, well, for several weeks, I've been trying to write with this pen over it. And some of the markers, the pen writes fine, and some of them they don't. And of course, I don't have any mild liners this week, which I think was the actual problem versus this here. I feel like I could write over the Crayola Super Tips pretty well and decently over the Tombos. I feel like my problem was the mild liners, and I'm not even using any this week. So, oh well. I think it'd probably be a good habit to just use the Sharpie pen on top of the marker from here on out. Habits. And then meals. Okay. So we're going to leave our habits the same as we had have had for this month. So AM meds, PM meds. See if I can remember them all right now. Track sleep, track water, AM, PM skincare. Added protein and scripting. That's what I have down so far. So we will get into that as the week goes on. So whenever I flip through October, I'll do a little, probably a speaking flip through instead of just like a short type. The last few months I've just kind of flipped semi-quickly and set it to music and posted it that way. So maybe we'll do a talk through, flip through, since I didn't do all of this like that. All right, so most of that set up, we need to write down our basic weekly plan, which is going to be a little smaller here. So feed and water plants. Tuesday, I don't think anything. We're going to put memory keep here. Still trying to make that happen. And then change sheets also. So let's see, off week for the housekeeper. Let's see, trunk or treat. I think setup will be at 5. This is Kate's birthday. She's turning 27. What else do we have going on? This is Halloween. Nothing big happening, I don't think, the rest of the weekend that I know of at the moment. Other weekly things on Thursday, we have a weigh-in. Started on the basic weekly plan, then started adding to-dos in, and then didn't finish. Here's finances. Saturday would be zone clean. And then this one is weekly reset and plan. Somewhere around here, I'm going to put it kind of here at the bottom, but I need to start packing for CPC. I leave on the 6th of November, so I have to have that kind of filled in and ready to go. Okay, so let's grab that little, have a little sheet of paper I use to kind of keep things from smearing, and let's start filling in for the weeklies. All right, and I have my little stringly ink calendar card in there also. All right, so up here I put a header swatch again, the same kind of thing for my weekly reflections, and I fill that in, and I do decorate the bottom occasionally once I'm done for the week, once I'm done writing what I need to for the week. So trying to see if I have enough of these to split the page. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hey, I do. That's actually kind of cool. We haven't used those to split the page. I do kind of enjoy that. Let's see. I have these days of the week headers that I do really like, and I think I'm going to go ahead and use those. I'm not going to bother with the date as per the usual. And we're going to just go in the same color order that's on the sheet. I'm not sure lengthwise how these line up, but we're going to just kind of slide them down here. And this may be harder to line up than the drawing the line was for me. And I haven't been drawing a line, but I do kind of like that, the addition of the washi. I wish I had done the bottom washi before I did this. But that's all right. All right, so let's see on bottom washi. We've not used the purple one yet. The black may go over it and cover it up fine. We'll see here in just a couple of minutes. Oh yeah, I think it's gonna be nice if I could lay it down without wrinkling it, but it is what it is. And the washi cutter has, of course, ran off again. That's okay. We'll use this until I locate it. It's here. It's just buried under stickers, I'm sure. You can see the little bump. I'll make sure on the next day that we don't do that. Other than that, I need some deco and some water stickers. Let's grab some water stickers. And I promise this is on my list to do, is to add these to the shop. A question about those of you that are interested in these. I've had a few of you mention. Do you like them in threes like this? Or would you rather them be singles that you can put down yourself? So this is supposed to represent a Stanley type tumbler mug. And those tumblers are 40 ounces, so this would represent, I guess, around 120 ounces of water a day, which may be more than you want to use. And you can use them however you see fit. That's just how I've been using them. So I've been using them in threes. I could do them in twos. I can do them individually. Leave me a comment and let me know what you think about that. And then, of course, I had to stop and grab this because I didn't add this. Of course, I needed this, and I didn't show this in the first part of my video is that I needed, of course I was going to use some deco here also. So I have 2 sheets of deco handy if that's what we decide to do today. I think I'm going to leave that as it is, and we're going to move to the next page. So I'm going to put washi down first. So we'll do day covers, washi, and then I'll put the strip down the center. And I may have to end up cutting it a little bit because I didn't quite, I mean, I went a little bit over here and it definitely went down to the bottom, but I don't need that much. So we'll trim that next one up a little bit. And this week will be fairly busy as far as prep for CPC goes. So even if I'm not super busy elsewhere, it doesn't bother me to have the day split for this week because I know I will have lots to do prepping to get myself ready to go to CPC. The one good thing about this planner conference is I am not selling any merch. So, because that's been an issue when going to Go Wild and having a merch license and selling merch and trying to get all of that done, plus my own, you know, either contact cards or it's really hard to tear this on the bump. That's getting increasingly difficult to work on over there. That's okay. I wouldn't trade the fluffy planner for that, so I'm okay with it. All right, so the washi fell down. Let me grab that. So I wouldn't trade the fluffy planner for not having the bump, but it's okay. We're working through it. So that's one good thing about this. I just have to get my own stuff ready. Stuff for my table mates, stuff for the stuff I'm taking. I think I'm going to use this gold one to kind of finish out this day. And then I want to use the rainbow one on both days, on Thursday and Friday. Because why not? Thursday is my daughter's birthday and Friday's Halloween. So we might as well get festive and use the rainbow one there. Okay. Washi cutter has been resecured. All right. Let's do the little washi strips down the center of the page. And we'll add some deco and some of the water, my water tracker. So yeah, please let me know about the water tracker. What you think? Like if you think 2 is sufficient, or if you perform in 3s, or if you just rather individuals so you can kind of freestyle it however you want to do and track your water. I'm okay with those also. I did them in 3s because initially to start, I made them for me, which is pretty much how most of my stickers have found their way into my shop. So, all right, there's that one. We're going to put a pink one right down the center of this one. And I'm not counting or measuring. I'm just kind of deciding and going with it. Looks about like it's in the center to me. I'm trying to stay along this line. But even that isn't really easy for me sometimes. So we have this little invasion of, like, I don't know if you call them gnats or fruit flies. And everybody in our town is discussing about the same thing. I thought it was my house, and then we were visiting with some friends, and they were like, no, we're having the same trouble at our house. We ran into a friend at the grocery store, and that's what they were looking for, was a little traps or something to try to get the gnats gone from their house. I'm like, goodness, I don't know what it is or what has caused them, but it's kind of strange right now. So every time I feel like I'm sitting down to film a video, they're all in my space and too close to me, and I want them to go away. All right, I'm going to use some full boxes over here. I'm just going to use this black one and put it kind of over here. Yeah, I like that. I don't know if I want any additional deco with it or not. I'm going to put the little puppy here beside it. I think that's cute. And I need water bottles for over here. There's something on this page. I feel like my little paper that I flip back and forth with transfers stuff. Like when I'm not using it for this week, I'll put it in just a little bit back. I think I'm transferring ink when I do that, which is not great. All right, so Thursday, the 30th. Oh, my little days of the week stickers are here somewhere. I move all this stuff around and then I can't find it. So I move it to find this and then I cover up that. So whatever. Thursday and Friday. So what about you guys? Do you have any like big Halloween traditions or things you do? When my kids were young, obviously we trick-or-treated, enjoyed that. The trunk or treats were probably really kind of becoming a thing when my kids were at the age to start doing that. So we did quite a few of those. We did traditional neighborhood knock door trick-or-treating also with them, up until they were just kind of too old to not do that anymore. I tell you, I can't get enough grip. Oh goodness. I could edit out these bloopers, but then what entertainment would you have if you didn't see me struggle with these things and fight them? And I never want anybody to think, oh look, planning is such a easy, effortless process. Because for me, it's definitely not. Oh, I love that. And we get the full gamut of all the colors. We started with a kind of pinkish red, and then we ended up back with blue and purple here. I really like that. Okay. But yeah, what kind of holiday traditions do you guys trick or treat? Does your town trick or treat on like the 31st, or do they like pick a different day that's more suitable for people? I live in small town Texas, and so I feel terrible for a lot of our little kids because our football team has a game out of town that evening, and so a lot of kids will be on the road with, well, older kids for sure, but like they have siblings that play, so parents will be gone. A lot of our coaching staff that lives here, they have little kids, and so I feel kind of sad for them. Hopefully they got some trunk or treats in this weekend or something, or the weekend before Halloween, or sometime, I don't know. I hope they're getting some time to do some trick-or-treating where they're not gonna miss out, because I feel bad for them. But that means our town will be fairly quiet, because when there is a game away, that's where most everybody is. So this is Thursday, so I'm gonna use this pretty dancing girl, because Kate, oh my goodness, and I put it down crooked. I don't know if I can pick it up. Kate, my daughter, she is a beautiful girl. I wouldn't not necessarily say dancing, but okay, it's gonna just stay crooked because it is. I'm gonna also put these vase of flowers there, and we can use the guitar too. Kate is very musically inclined, so that is good for her. Okay, and then Friday is actual Halloween. I'm trying to decide if I want. Let's go ahead and do both of these. I'm gonna put this here. We have to work on Friday. I teach in a 4-day school week, and we don't normally work Fridays, but this Friday we are working. We are doing our parent-teacher conferences, and so we'll be there most of the day from like 8 to 2 or something to do conferences with parents that decide they want to have a conference. Not all of them will, I'm sure, but they have the opportunity to. So we'll be at work that day, so I won't need tons of this room. Most of it will be here trying to prep for CPC after I leave work. All right, I should probably note that here before I forget. Okay, yeah, let's make sure that that's down. I've let a few things slide here recently. I don't know what's happening to time, but it has gotten away from me, and I feel like I've been playing catch up on things that I knew were happening, but thought I had more time until I needed to handle things for them. So let's go ahead and put that down so I don't forget that I have to go to work that day. Not to be the best option. Okay, so Saturday and Sunday, I really kind of want to use the rainbow one again. I think I'm going to. I'm going to use the thinner one, but I'm going to use the rainbow one more time. It is really pretty. almost tempted to have used it throughout the whole spread. But also I have some black with neon colors on the washi. The bows are neon colored and they're very pretty, but they just didn't fit the color scheme of this kit that well. These colors are bright and colorful, but they're not necessarily neon, and the colors on that black are very, very neon. So maybe I can find a use for those at some point in time. Okay, so that washi is down. I'm kind of debating on putting the strips down the center here because most of these 2 days will fully be CPC prep. So I don't think I'm going to. I don't think I'm going to use those. I may use it as the week goes on and I get here to start listing some stuff out, but for now, I think no. I'm going to put some deco and some water stickers and be done with this part. So I should decide, no, we're going to put water down first. I'm going to put it right in the center and we'll deco around it if we need to. And same thing here. All right, let's look at full boxes and deco. And I really, really like this full box. I like the purple and the floral in the background, and I love the costume. And this one, I kind of want to go, I want to layer these two, but I'm not sure. I kind of wanted to lay this one this direction. But then again, I don't, because the skeletons are kind of off-centered. Okay, I'm good with that. We'll leave that there for now, and we'll add deco as we fill out the week. So here we go. We'll go backwards, Saturday and Sunday. This is the 2nd and 1st of November, and then the next little bit in this planner is the November monthly. That's what's time to set up next. All right, so Sunday, Saturday, Friday, Thursday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Monday, weekly reflection split page, and then here's the weekly page. And that's how it all shook out for this week. But thank you for spending some time with me. Thanks for following along. And if you like this type of video, stickers, planners, all things stationery, then go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button and hit the little bell to be notified when I upload new content. And I will talk to you guys next time. Don't forget, leave me your suggestions about B6 kits and what you would look and need in that. And also, what do you do for Halloween? I really would like to know. Thank you. Have a great rest of your day.